Hello Taiko people, my name is Shoji Kameda and you are watching the kaDON course on Omiyage. In that last lesson, we worked on the primary and the secondary G and worked on how those two Gs fit together. And in this lesson, we're going to start building up our movement vocabulary that we'll use to put into the larger phrases of the piece. So let's get started. So the key with Omiyage movement is that it's actually very, very simple. It starts to seem really complicated once you start, if you follow the bachi or follow the arms, because they start doing all these crazy things. But the sort of core component, the way that we generate that motion, it's very, very simple. And there's only one or two little movements that we do in the piece, and then we string them together in different ways to create these longer phrases. So what we're going to do is we're going to spend a lot of time just working on how we generate these simple movements, and then we'll very slowly start building them into phrases. So the first movement that we're going to do is we're going to just put our feet together, and you're going to think of your center, so your center of gravity, 3 fingers below your belly button, and you want to think of that, if this is my sort of 0 point, I'm going to go to minus 30 degrees. And then I'm going to do the opposite, so it'll be plus 30 degrees, just back and forth like this. It's going to go back and forth. And you want to make sure you think of like pointing your center in that, okay? You're not like turning your head, but it's coming from way down here in your body. Okay, so pointing your center to this part of the room, and then the opposite side. Back and forth, back. And you want to stop between each one. So it's not like this, but you're going to go whoosh, stop, whoosh, stop, whoosh, stop, whoosh, stop. Okay? Now, as we do it, we're going to try to make it quicker. Okay? So it'll be start here, I'm going to go and even quicker. And at this point, it starts to feel very awkward to keep your feet so together. Okay, so this is the point where we're going to start widen our stance and let that happen. And we're going to make sure our arms are nice and relaxed so they're able to sort of flop and move with the motion. Okay, so I'm going to start feet together. I'm going to go back and forth, and as I start making the motion quicker and I start feeling it being awkward, then I'm going to widen my stance. And the whole time I'm going to keep my arms nice and relaxed, okay? So let's try this. Starting here, and then whoosh. And the motion go quicker, 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 quicker. Widen the stance, quicker. Widen the stance some more. Okay, so that is kind of where we want to be generating our motion. Yeah, we want to have it come from our core, from deep in our body. Okay, so what I don't want is we don't want the rotation to happen high, like in the shoulders. So it's not like this. Okay, but it's happening from way down here. So think of, again, pointing your center to one part of the room and then to the opposite part of the room. And then for right now, we're just going to get a nice sort of comfortably wide stance so you feel stable, and just allow your sort of your legs to move with what needs to happen from your center. Okay. Now, the arms, you'll notice that the arms sort of are delayed. Like your center, your body moves first, and then the arms go. Okay. So it's body and then arms, body and then arms, body and then arms, body and then arms. Yeah. So, for example, if you watch yourself, here's an example of not doing it right, where your arms lead and then your body goes. So, okay, it's not like that, where your arms are going first and then your body moves, but your body moves and then the arms follow. Back and forth like this. Once you have that feel, and you're making sure that the motion is starting from the body and then propagating to the arms, the next thing we can do is we can start stylizing this motion a little bit, and we can add a little stiffness in the in the arms, okay? So we're not gonna let the arms just flop around. We're gonna give them a little stiffness now and give them, and sort of, give them a little bit more shape, okay? But it's really still important to realize that the body moves first and then the arms, okay? And also that the arms they're doing two different things, but it's really just one motion. It's because your core is moving back and forth like this. Everything is a result of that, okay? So it's not this kind of motion where you're just moving your arms, right? It's because it happens in the body and you're just giving a little shape to the arms, okay? But you're not actually having to sort of think of moving this one here or this one here because it's really just happening from here, from here. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is we're going to give a few parameters to the arms. So one is when we go off to the side, we're not gonna have the arm go way, way back where it's like this, okay? Just have it stop right about here-ish. And that goes for both sides. So if I'm here, here, and then when I make the switch, it's like here. Again, not way back like this, just stop it right about here. The other thing we're gonna do is we're gonna keep the angles of the arms kind of high, and we're gonna pick a point, like one point, a little bit sort of above where my head is maybe, and I wanna make sure I touch that point with my right hand here, and then when I switch, I go to that same point with the left. And then as the arms move down from that point, they're gonna make a nice mountain shape, yeah, on both sides. Okay, and this is why I call this motion the Yama motion, because Yama is mountain in Japanese, right? So you wanna see this mountain right here. And then it goes off to the horizon like this. Okay, it goes to the horizon, it doesn't just go straight down. So it's not like this. We're gonna have the slope of the mountain sort of taper off to the horizon. So we're gonna keep it a little bit higher and carve out this nice space here. And you wanna see the shape of that mountain that you're making. Okay? And this motion we call Yama. And we're gonna use this a lot in this piece. So anytime I say Yama, that's one Yama, and then Yama, there's another one, Yama, Yama, okay? And again, the things to look for are that it's coming from the core, that your core is moving as one unit, and it's happening down from your center, but your shoulders are right on top of your hips, and this whole core of your body is being controlled from your center, way down here, okay? And this all rotates as one unit, okay? So we're not gonna just rotate the shoulders and not rotate the bottom. We're gonna rotate the whole unit, and it's happening from way down here. That's the motion. And because that's happening, if you make it quick, then your arms want to move, right? So what we're doing is we're just giving them a little shape, okay? But it's really this motion down here that causes all of this, okay? So you don't have to think of right hand is up, left hand down, and then we switch. If you're thinking like that, you want to try to get away from that thinking. You want to think that it just is this simple motion down from your center. Okay? And the last thing to look for is make sure that the body moves first and then the arms. Body moves first and then the arms. The arms they move because the body moves, because your center moves. They're not the ones generating the motion. If you try to learn Omiyage with the arm motions as the sort of impetus for the motion, it's gonna get very complicated, and it ends up being very, very army, okay? So just arms going everywhere. So you don't want to think of the arms as being these sort of propagators of the motion. They move because something else happens. And that something else is always usually just a motion down here from the core. Now that we have the Yama motion, the basic Yama motion, we're going to do a variation on that motion. And it goes like this. It starts here with our left hand up, making this at the peak of the Yama. and the right hand at the horizon. And when I make my motion, instead of coming up the side of the mountain, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna let a circle happen here. And it's gonna end there, okay? So again, it starts from here. We're gonna do a yi, and we call this small circles. So small circles there, okay? Let's try it from here. Small circle, yeah? So now we have two options when we're going back and forth from Yama. We could do Yama, Yama, or we could do small circle. So it's the same idea. The circle happens because of this motion down here in the core. You don't think of drawing the circle with your arm. You just think of just directing that sort of energy that you start here and let the circle happen, and it just ends here, okay? So from Yama, we can do small circle, da. Okay? Small circle. Now, what we can do next is we can give a little bit of momentum as the circle comes around. Here, okay? And we can make a big circle. And with that big circle, what's gonna happen is the right's gonna come around, it's gonna pick up the left, and we're gonna have a big circle, okay? So small circle to big circle looks like this. Small circle, big circle, okay? And then we're gonna rebound and return to our position. Okay, so this is our variation. Small circle, big circle, rebound, and okay, so this is our beginning position. Small circle, big circle, rebound. Okay. So a couple things to look for in this motion is that when we come around, just let the circle happen and make sure this left stays here until the right comes around. And it's really this motion of the right that lifts the left up, okay? So from small circle, and then here, we're gonna continue the momentum, right? Continue the momentum, and it's gonna bring up your left and your right together. And then you have this, you wanna think of this sort of really heavy ball of energy here, and we're just gonna rebound, and we're gonna return, okay? So small circle, big circle, rebound. Small circle, big circle, rebound. So now we have two different things we can do. We can do Yamas back and forth, right? Or we can do a small circle that stops, or we can do small circle, big circle, rebound. Okay, we have these three different things that we can do from this one simple motion. So now that we have a little movement vocabulary, we have Yamas. We can chain Yama into a small circle. And from the small circle, we can have it just stop, or we can chain a small circle into a big circle with a rebound. Now we're gonna put these together to make a longer sort of movement phrase. So the first part of the phrase is gonna go like this. It's gonna start with our left hand up at the peak of the Yama, the right hand at the horizon. We're gonna do Yama, Yama, and then small circle stop. Okay, so that's the first part. Start again, ready, go. Yama, small circle stop. Let's try it one more time. Starting from here, ready, go. Yama, small circle stop. Now from here, we're gonna do one don. It's gonna be don. Then we're gonna do two dons. On that second don, we're gonna go into Yama. So it'd be like don, Yama, okay? And that gets us to here, and then from here, we're gonna do our small circle, big circle, rebound. So small circle, big circle, rebound, and now we're back to the beginning. Okay, so the whole thing all together is gonna be Yama, small circle, stop. Don, Yama, small circle, big circle, rebound, and Okay, so let's try it 2 times from the top, nice and slow. Here we go. Ready, go. Yama, Yama, small circle, stop. Don, Yama, small circle, big circle, rebound, and Yama, Yama, small circle, stop. Don, Yama, small circle, big circle, rebound, and So work on this movement phrase and try to get used to going from yamas to the small circles and realizing that from a small circle we can stop, or you can just continue that momentum and go into a big circle, into a rebound, okay? Because these combinations are gonna come up over and over, and that's why I wanna spend a little time working on them without the drum first, just getting the movement combinations so we can focus on where that motion is coming from and making sure we're stringing them together in a way that makes sense for our bodies. So in the next lesson, we're going to take the movement phrase that we just learned, and we're gonna start seeing how it applies to the drum and learn our first phrase for Omiyage. Should be a lot of fun, so I'll see you then.